Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 50 of Attack of the B Team. Episode, Shiocho Zero. I think that's how you say it in Spanish. Shiocho Zero of Attack of the B Team. How special is this day? Get out of that. Oh man, that had me thinking for a second. Now listen. If a mob can fall off the roof and give you a trophy, then it doesn't matter what weapon you kill it with. Oh, somebody getting their paint ready. That's cool. So, I am still wearing the same skin. I've been so busy that I haven't even had time to change my skin from last episode. And you may notice, the very astute of you may notice, my nose sounds a little bit plugged up. I might be breathing through my mouth a little bit today. And I will explain to you the reason why. Yesterday, I had a pretty good day of work, nice recordings and whatnot. And then I go down, or I'm just like, okay, I tried out some Battle Royale of the Arma 3, the Battle Royale mod from Arma 3, and was playing that for a little bit, trying to get my feet wet, see how if I like it or not. And so afterward, I was like, okay, all done, and I think I'm going to go do a little workout now, and it was arm day, so I was going to do some biceps and triceps workout. And so I went upstairs and I got all my stuff. And as I was walking upstairs, my recording stuff's downstairs. As I was walking upstairs, I was like, this is strange. I hear my shoes must be creaking. Uh-oh. Well, we are officially totally out. He's dead. We're officially totally out of villagers now. Is that true? Or is he up here? No, he was in here. But yes, so, well, I guess I can grab this workbench. I'm walking up the stairs. I'm like, I must need some new shoes because they're kind of making a little creaky noise. Like my noise shoes were being a little loud, and I was like, man, this is weird. Like, and came back downstairs after changing into some gym clothes, and I go into the room where the workout stuff is, and flooded. Basement flooded. To the brim. Totally flooded. And that squish, 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 that was the sound of wonderful, beautiful, amazing, that's right, you heard it here first, water on the carpet. Not my shoes. Stupid. Oh, that's life. So, luckily, I used to be in the restoration business, home restoration, basement floods and all that stuff. And so that was kind of part of what I would do. Wow, that's expensive as hell. What are you, stone? Stone brick. How you make? Okay, I need probably 3 of those. So let's do that. Yeah, luckily I used to be in kind of restoration business, so that was good. I just called up my pops and said, Dad, I need the fans. Bring the fans over. We brought 4 fans over, and we got fans blowing. I mean, big industrial fans blowing all over the basement. I've got them off right now, so the basement is not drying like it should be. But that's okay. So yeah, my computer, I was very lucky to be able to get the computer still functional, because apparently where I was sitting, piston. Oh, no way. For real? Oh, dang it. Apparently where I was sitting was soaked. Absolutely soaked. My feet were just drenched. So that sucked. But hey, live and let live. We're okay. That's all that matters. We're okay. Just getting the basement all dried out. And overnight, it's dried out pretty good. But anyway, that's what my night was like. How was your night? I promise it was better than mine. I promise. What a sucky life. I'm just kidding. Yeah, do what we gotta do, right? So today we're making this crafting stazione. Can I? Oh, yes. Oh, fantastic. There's 6 right there. We need some gold for some pressure plates. We need 6 gold, actually. It might be faster to just drain out right there. There we go. Ooh, there's a lag house. Doubly drained. But we are today making this crafting station right here. This is from Better Storage. Now, here's why this works for me and why this might not work for you. Actually, I gotta see if I got any stone bricks up in the house. I do. We'll take 6 of those. Thank you very much. So here's the deal. Better Storage, this crafting station right here is by default in the config set to where it doesn't 2, 3, where it doesn't auto-craft. But if you change the config file to say true, I will auto-craft, you will notice then at the bottom of the crafting station, you'll get this little guy. If you don't have this on the bottom, it's not working. I am smart. I know how to do config file stuff like a genius. So, I know. Do we have any item ducks just floating around? Duct. Aha! What is this? Fluid duct. We don't need that. All 7, please. Thank you very much. So today we are going to go head first into our carpentry station. I haven't got it fully figured out yet, but this is going to be an integral part. This crafting station, oh, it's going to be fantastic. So let me get down into my Basamante and I'll talk to you about it. You know, old Woodrow's pretty annoying. I've come to find that, although I love him, you know, he's done a lot to help the group and help me. He's pretty loud. He's pretty loud and annoying. I'm not thrilled with having him around. And it's not my... Hey, listen. If this was 1.7, I could turn the sounds down.
Why would you want to turn my sounds down? I'm a perfectly normal guy with a perfectly... I've got a great voice. Why wouldn't you want to hear me talk? All I do is just a little bit of growling, exercising my throat from time to time.
Well, so be it. You might be exercising your throat, but still, it's very, very frustrating for me. So just stop it, okay? So we're going to have to turn down the sounds to 0. What? Hey! That's the silence that I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, so it's totally silent. I usually have a lot more noise up in a joint. But I've made some more of these because I've kind of figured out my layout and how I want it to roll and how I want it to go. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That could be good for right now. 4, 5, and 6. Let's do that for right now. That might be too many. But we'll just do a quick figure. So this will make those, right? That's going to make our planks. So we get our planks there. Now, I guess this is going to be kind of the tricky part because we're going to want to do like a 50-50 thing. And this is where I think maybe the servo could come in handy. We'll see. Here, we want to make sticks. That's going to be very important. And then here, we're going to have the actual carpenter abraque. Boom, boom. This is going to be awesome. Don't you worry. This is going to just change your life in a matter of moments. Everybody going to need one of these in their house. Yes, you will. So we can do that. Then this next one could be the collapsible blocks. This one could be the stairs, and this one could be like doors or something. You know, maybe we change this one up from time to time. But I like that. So yeah, once we come out of here, we'll have to like 50-50 split where all of this goes. Follow? And I'll dig all this out underneath here to allow for piping to pipe around and through. Thank you very much. But here's where we're going to do our split here. Okay? So at this point, I think right here will be good. We're going to put a router, an item router. Now these are pretty annoying to make, but they're very, very useful. So we'll bring you through here, okay? That's going to come through here, and I wanted to see about dyeing some of these green. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's a ceramic. That's right. Do I have any clay over here? Do you just mix? Aha! That'll work. That's good enough. Let's try now. Aha! Dude, I roll so good, don't I? Okay, let's come through here. And we will place this right here. And we'll put that right out. There we go. Green for good. Green for good. All right, that's nice. That's very nice and special, okay? So that's going to come in there like so. Maybe all the way to there. Who knows? Okay? And then we will do this sledgehammer, precision sledgehammer, and get a little right down it. And what that'll do is that'll make the items fall into this hole on top. That's where they go, okay? Now, here's where I was having a little trouble in my creative world. Out the yellow, we want saplings to come, right? So you can come out the yellow. Reject unmapped, no. Now, I was seeing a little bit of a backwards situation to where if I wanted things to come out the blue, the opposite side here, I'd have to put it in the green. Let's see if that does the same thing here. So if we go like this, boop, that's going to roll into there. Aha. Okay, maybe it's going to work properly here. Let's put it in the blue. Okay, you're going to work like a man. Whoops! That's not what we're supposed to do. There you go. And, no, you popped out the wrong side again, you stupid idiot. Okay, this is blue over here, right? Blue is what we want it to come out of. And green. We'll try this again. Okay, maybe I just had a bad throw there. Uh-huh. Ah, there you go. So, yeah, for some reason, opposite side. Opposite side does the trick. Let's try again. And it works like a charm. You saw it go through there. Try again. Very good. And like a charm. It's working perfectly. Now, sapling. Will you go out the right side, you little sweetie? No, you did not. Hey, stop that. You're supposed to go out yeller. So, okay, what's over here? Red? Let's try this. This is very weird. Let's try that then. Now that router, it might be like a percentage thing. I don't know. Okay. That seemed semi-successful. Hold on. You fell off, you silly little goose. All right, get on there. One wrong way again! Why would stuff go that way? Reject unmapped. Yes. Let's do that. That might work. Aha! Now it can't spit that way. Maybe reject unmapped was what was causing the problem, huh? Let's go there. Okay, I bet you that's it. That feels right. 21. Okay, put that there. Now flow out onto the keep going yellow. What in the hell? It's unmapped, so it's being rejected, but it's mapped. I map right here. Okay. Okay, so we're getting there. This thing's a little buggy. I looked for a couple tutorials, and when you're watching a tutorial video on a certain block or something, and it screws up in the tutorial, you know you got a problem. So I assume this is kind of bugged. Like you got to just pick what you think. You know, maybe sometimes it's gonna be opposite. Who knows? It's weird. I was hoping that I could say, back here where I wanted to do the divide, where the oak planks, some of them will go to sticks and some of them will just go over here. I was debating or hoping that maybe I could use this router as like a filter and say, okay, send 2 planks for every one to this or to the sticks or something like that, but not working out like that. I don't think this is used for that. So basically I got to figure out the ratio, but I'd like to send once the planks come out of here, I'd like to send, I think it's going to be 2. Well, let's see. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's got to be 4 planks. 4 planks will give us 8 sticks. And in this recipe here, we need 8 sticks and 1. So we need 4-to-1 ratio of planks sent here instead of here. How do I do that? There's got to be a filter that I could put on these pipes. The servo, I don't think is actually going to do the trick for us because I install this servo here and right-click on that. And so you can whitelist, blacklist, use the OR dictionary, but then you just kind of pick. I mean, well, actually, could these be turned into sticks? They can't. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Another thing I wanted to check, though, can you go like this? Oh my gosh! Oh, you can. And if I take this, what happens? Oh, good gravy. The sauce stays in there. Oh, yeah. This thing just got a lot cooler than I thought it would be. That's so cool. So we'll make... Uh-oh. Did I do something sad? I did something sad. Whoops. Hold on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are a little bit limited today for reasons. So I talked about doing the config thing. In single player, if you're doing single player, I have found that there are no problems if you change the config to the better storage crafting station. Okay? I think, and before I do any tests, I want to just make sure I finish up the recording and get an episode out to you guys. I wanted to get this thing fully functional today, but at least I got it dressed up looks-wise, kind of. But here's the deal. I think that config, I'm hoping it was just me putting the saw in there. When I put the saw in there, I think that was it. But that kind of crashed it. I think everything else can work perfectly fine automatically. But I can show you now that the config is off. Whoa, what did I just break? Something? I don't know. Now that the config is off, let's pop this bad boy off of here. And boop, there we go. And you see there's no gray thing on the bottom anymore. It's just closed off. So if it's like this on the bottom of yours, it can't auto-craft. But it can if that changes down the road for you in the config. Just be careful is all I would suggest. We're going to get to work on working something out there with that. But anyway, this is what I did in here, and I'm very happy with this. I think this looks pretty cool. Actually, boop and boop. We got to fix these off. Fix these off. Fix these up is the word that I was trying to speak in the English language. And pop that down there. Okay, that kind of helps things look kind of cool a little bit. I went with a very brown lighting. I've got some lighting ideas too, but I'm getting sucked away. I went with a very brown theme. This is kind of what I think. This is what I think of when I think of a carpenter's room. I'm gonna close this off here. But basically, the idea is, and what is going to end up being, is things get sucked in here. And I also realized that saplings should be reshot back down to here. So, instead of shooting all the saplings back, we want them to go down to there so it can keep replanting. And I think in a matter of time, we'd have millions of Carpenters blocks. But here's the general idea, okay? You've got blocks in there. Boom, 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 boom. That's going to shoot off 4 of them over to here and 1 of them over to here. 4-to-1 ratio. This will make the sticks. Whoops. This will make the sticks. Dang it. I took the ones that were in there by accident. Whoops. I thought those weren't. Are those? No kidding. I thought that those weren't actual entities. Apparently they are. But anyway, it takes the sticks out of there, shoots them over to here, which will put them in there, and boom, you get your Carpenter's block. That can then get shot over to here, and we could potentially do, let's put 1 more of these bad boys in here, and you could potentially bring this over here and go like so, and make a collapsible block. Have some of those shoot out, but then again, the filter is going to be necessary for that as well. So, a little more work to do, and it's nice. We've got a little bit of storage around here, some storage crates and some cardboard boxes that kind of work with the theme. I think it looks nice. I'm very happy with it. I just want to make sure that I don't corrupt the entire world. That was quite a scare there. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this carpentry station area. Woodrow loved it. Ha! If I get... See, he's dangerous. We don't want to get sucked into him. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.